like giraffe and zebra is a year-round job, every day, whatever the weather. And the keepers that look after their particular animals quickly become experts in those animals and what is best for their care. But of course, the ultimate experience for these guys is seeing the animals they know so well here out in the wild. All this week, we've been following 5 of the park's keepers visiting a project supported by British charity, the Tusk Trust, as they carry out in-depth research to bring back to the park. Lewa Conservancy in northern Kenya leads the way in animal conservation, providing 250 square kilometres of protected land for endangered wildlife. Today, zebra keeper Polly will have the unique opportunity to compare the behaviour of the zebra there with those in her care.
I'm looking forward to seeing giraffe and zebra and all the animals I look after. It'll be nice to see that, yeah, our animals are behaving as naturally as possible. It'd be nice to see that out in the wild.
Lewa is home not only to her zebra's wild cousins, but also to a rare and endangered species called the Grévy zebra. The Grévy's plight is of major concern to Mike Watson, head of the Lewa Conservancy.
We have 1,200 plain zebra, common zebra, 300 Grévy zebra being critically endangered and only really occurring in this part of Kenya. There's only 2,500 left in the world. We've got 300 here on Lewa.
The main reason Grévy's numbers have reduced so dramatically is because of habitat loss.
The conflict between human settlement, between domestic livestock and wildlife, competition for grazing, competition for water in particular. That loss has been a critical issue, and so what we've done is we provided a habitat in which they can start to recover.
Lewa is at the front line of wildlife conservation in Africa. Mary is one of the research officers dedicated to the daily welfare of the extremely rare Grévy zebra.
Every month we go collecting images of all the animals that we see, then we log in into the database. We are able to see the performance of every individual.
The fine stripes of the Grévy zebra are just like a fingerprint.
With the Grévy zebras, with the unique patterns each animal has, you are able to track through the database.
Mary's job is to check the well-being of each of the 300 zebra by painstakingly cross-checking the new photos with the ones she's taken the month before.
You concentrate on the unique patterns. For example, we've got these 3 patterns here, these 3, then you check whether in the database the one that the system is imagining it is the one, but for this one it is not.
In this very difficult game of spot the difference, the computer doesn't always get it right.
It is not a true match.
No matter how much technology can aid conservation, the human touch remains vital. Park keepers Polly and James are joining Mary as she heads out into the wild to record this month's Grévy's population.
So we are preparing to start off our monthly patrol for the Grévy zebras of Lewa. It's got GPS that we use to collect the location of land animals.
Are they radio collared? Is that what that
No,
is?
it's not radio collared. Just from where we have spotted the animal, we take the GPS location of that spot.
Right.
This is the first time James and Polly have done the challenging work of conservation out in the wild. It's hot and dusty and in rough terrain, but it will provide them with a wealth of information to take back to the park. Unlike the zebra Polly cares for, the animals here can be hunted and killed by lion, leopard or cheetah. At long last, Polly will finally get to observe zebra in their natural habitat.
Seeing them out here in the wild is amazing, and seeing them, the plains mixed with the Grévys is amazing. Yeah, overwhelming.
In the last 20 years, the total population of the Grévy zebra has declined by 50%.
It's just incredible just to see them in this vastness. Just, going about
their daily lives. It really is just like incredibly powerful just to see them living. It's brilliant.
Now classed as endangered, the Grévy zebra is teetering on the brink of extinction. The World Wildlife Fund estimates that every single year at least 10,000 species become extinct on our planet.
This is just happening every day, but to us we don't realise it unless you come out here and see how powerful it is.
Side by side, the difference between the Grévys and the plain zebra is clear, although James needs a little help.
Not being like a zebra expert at all. What's the difference between the two?
The plains have thicker black stripes and wider bands of the white, and then the Grévys, their stripes are a lot closer together and thinner, and they've got a white, more defined white tummy to them.
Those ears are like plates. That's the
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's actually quite distinct when you really look at it.
Although the 300 Grévy zebra are doing well, unlike back at the park, survival in the wild is tough. Of the recent 51 newly born foals, only 12 have survived.
So our survival rates are very low.
So we've got a few foals out here now. What are their kind of chances of surviving? Because obviously we're out in the wild, we don't want to stop lions doing what they do, but we don't want to stop the zebras from growing in their population numbers. So with the few that are there, what are their chances?
Because we have got carnivores, we have got lions, we have got cheetahs, hyenas. So if they are killed by the predators, we accept it is nature.
Do you get upset about that?
Well, you don't get upset, you get emotional to see a dead Grévy zebra, but it's nature.
Polly can't help compare the difference between the zebra here and those from home.
It's weird to think our zebra, even though obviously they keep their instincts and they are alert all the time, they don't have to worry about predators. No. Whereas I've got a zebra that's 23. If Stephanie was out here, yeah, I'm not sure she'd last long at all.
Back at the lodge, Polly reflects on Mary's dedicated study of the zebra.
I think Mary is a very inspiring person. She's so passionate about what she does that talking to her was wonderful, and the information she gave, it just opened my eyes. I didn't realise that Grévy zebra was so endangered.
Overall, it's been a very emotional, rather overwhelming experience for Polly.
Being out here, it's more than just seeing the animals. It's about learning how they're conserving not just one species, they're conserving the whole ecosystem. And I felt overwhelmed by the animals we'd seen, the beauty of the landscape. It makes me feel inspired. I just pass it on to the rest of the keepers and on to our visitors as well.